Right. What I want to discuss today is the fact that many people don't realize that there are not many poor countries. There are not many poor countries, but there are so many poor people. And many people might want to believe that, oh, Africa is poor. No, Africa is not poor. But the people in Africa are poor. Otherwise, no, no one would go and colonize a poor country. That's a fact. No one would go and colonize a poor country. Never. For what gain? So people colonize Africa because they know Africa is rich, but the people in Africa are poor. So there are so many things in Nigeria there that people in Nigeria are wasting. If Nigeria was to be invaded by London today or Europe today, there are so many resources in Nigeria, so many resources. There's so many resources in Zimbabwe that the UK, if the UK was to move, if we moved, just move London to, because the population of Zimbabwe can fill London and leave space. If we were to take all Zimbabweans and bring them to London, they are 15 million. We'll still have space for another country as well to put in London. So if we were to move all Zimbabweans there and move all the people in London to Zimbabwe, Zimbabwe will end up the richest of all the nations. So there's something that's not being done correct, Kumoshako. It means that there's something that Africans are not doing right. Look at Dubai. Looking at Dubai, I think Dubai should have been the poorest because it was a desert. So, but look at what they're doing. Look at how they've built that desert and made it one of the top. It's now one of the top. Inyika yakuti munhu wese akati Dubai, the airport, the best airport probably in the world. Why do you think? What makes you think kuti haungagoni kubuilda chinhu chakadero kuAfrica? You can build something like that easily. In Zimbabwe, there's lots of space, plenty of space in Africa to do all that stuff. What we may not have is water, but South Africa is also, we're near the sea. So South Africa, Ocean, Mozambique and all that stuff. The landlocked countries are fewer. Why is it that we are not rich? Our countries are not rich. No, the people are not rich. Could it be not maybe our riches are going elsewhere? Maybe we are rich, but maybe our riches are being taken somewhere to Europe. Where do we sell our diamonds? Where do we sell all our food? Where do we sell all those? Where do we take our rhinos? Where are we taking all these animals? Where? They're probably going to China and all those places. And now people in China are redeveloping, doing things with all those things, making very, 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 very good things that will end up just being bought by rich, only people who can afford. Some of those rocks that are near your house in Africa, there's a guy who's going to carve them and make a statue that will end up being worth probably $1 million. Once it arrives in another country, it will be worth a lot. A basketball is worth nothing if I put it in my son's hands. My son is not a basketball player, so it's worth nothing. But if I take it and give it to Jordan or LeBron, whatever, it becomes a billion. It's worth $1 million. So it's just a matter of who is holding it. This t-shirt is worth maybe £1 because it's me wearing it. If 50 Cent comes and takes this t-shirt and wears it and throws it out during the gig, someone will sell it for £4,000. Same applies with the Ronaldo jersey. A Ronaldo jersey, how many people have Ronaldo jerseys? A lot of people have Ronaldo jerseys out there. And they're worth nothing. They're worth the amount of money they paid in the shop. But give Ronaldo that jersey, get his signature there, or maybe Ronaldo takes it to his house for one night and then brings it back tomorrow. And you'll see. If Ronaldo brings it back tomorrow, bring that jersey tomorrow, the same jersey that was worth nothing, the fact that Ronaldo is now holding it will make it worth a lot of money. That's my point. So tisatamboenda kune zvimwe zvaise what want to say is kuti our countries can be run properly, and if we can run our countries properly, the riches are there. When I went to Zimbabwe, I saw a lot of nice things. We've got big rocks that you could even, you can build something on top of that rock, and people, you could make it a tourist attraction. People could come and look. People could come and watch, and people could come and pay to see those buildings. But because people in Africa don't even know they can do something like that, or they don't have the capabilities to do that, so they just remain poor. I mean, diamonds, kids will be playing with diamonds without even knowing that these diamonds are worth how much, because they're just diamonds. We don't know. Or you can get a diamond for $50 in Africa, a diamond that you can come and sell here for a lot of money. It's just lack of valuation. People don't know. That's why you can get money from Africa for $2, and then now he's worth how many million? 450, maybe 220 million pounds. But it's the same money that was kicking the football back home. It's the same money that plays for Senegal. When he goes to Senegal, he's worth, I don't know how much he's worth, but when he comes back to Liverpool, if Madrid wants to buy money. So just by moving money from Africa to Belgium, and Belgium to London, or London to Southampton, Southampton to Liverpool, money is just became a millionaire. There are so many better players than Mane back in Africa, but they haven't been discovered. And some of them will just end up retiring without even playing football for a big club. Some injuries that are killing people's careers there. It's just maybe a toe breaks and there's no good medication there, and then the guy just quits, retires. Here people are breaking legs. People actually break legs here, almost into 2 pieces, and they fix them. That injury that Ronaldo, that injury that Gini had, if it was on a Zimbabwean player, that's the end of the career. Simple as that. He's not going to kick the ball again. Why? Probably because the team would not have afforded the medication that Van Dijk is getting. So the team, the doctors are good enough, but the procedure requires a lot of money. Or maybe the procedure requires electricity every day, and then sometimes the electricity go in the country, so it won't heal properly. Or maybe they can't afford a generator, or something. So the only difference is that the people are poor. It's not the country that is poor. The country will never be poor. I think any country is worth something, but the people who live there are poor. The reason why they're poor, well, it's up to you. But it could be their mentality, or it could be that they were oppressed. It could be that they were exploited, which is exactly what happened. Our great-great-grandfathers were in those rich countries. Yes, I'm talking of rich countries in Africa. They were there. Someone with a different idea came and took them for cheap labor, took them to Europe, to America, because there they were working without getting paid. They were working just getting food. People in Africa are so hungry. There's so many people in Africa right now who are so hungry, who can actually even, you can just tell them, if you come and live with me, I'll give you food. They can stay with you just for food, and you use them however you like, just because they're starving. You tell a starving person that you come here, I'll give you a sandwich every morning, he'll work for you. And this is exactly what they do to us, or they will do to people. Someone just works and works and works for nothing, or almost nothing. You know, the job that they're doing, if it's someone from Europe, the job that the slaves were doing, if it was someone from Europe, they would have been paid a lot of money. So it brings you back to the football thing. I told you that the same player, if you take him to go and play in Zimbabwe for Dynamos, you take him from Liverpool and put him to play for Dynamos, he'll be earning £2. Yeah, £2 a minute, which is not a lot of money compared to 1,000 that he earns here in a minute. Because these players get some of them get 600,000. Gareth Bale gets 600,000 a week. The whole of Zimbabwe doesn't even have 600,000 probably in their bank. And we're talking of a player who's got 600,000 in his bank account every Friday. When then we talk about a country with over 15 million people with no money in the bank account, but probably money is there in people's houses, kept by one person who doesn't even know how to use it probably, or who doesn't have an idea how to use the money. So that's the point I'm trying to make. Say, no one is poor. No country is poor, but the people in the country are poor. The country itself is not poor. You check how many things are in Africa. The 8 things we can find in Africa. Let me try to find here. If I type African riches, we've got gold. We've got everything really. We've got what are saying? We've got gold, we've got we've got animals. Yeah. So the minerals. We've got Greatland gold. Let me check the names of the minerals. I'll check the mining sector. See. If you were to bid, we've got emerald. In Zimbabwe alone, we've got coal in Zimbabwe, tin, we've got metal, we've got iron ore, we've got zinc, you get tin mining there. There's so many diamonds, emeralds, you know. But how rich is the country? So maybe it's because the country is not well run. You've got some of the most beautiful airports, probably with only 2 aeroplanes that lands there every 3 hours. And then we have some small spaced Gatwick airport with thousands of aeroplanes. So my point here is, our countries are not poor. That's just a fact. Our countries are not poor, but the people in the countries are poor. What makes them poor is another thing, but the countries themselves are not poor. If we just exchange hands right now, give people in Europe, just give them one of the countries, the country that you think is poor. Take, for example, maybe you might say, Botswana is not poor. Let's go for Zimbabwe. They can redevelop just Victoria Falls and start building nice top hotels there, and you'll be shocked. You'll be really amazed to see how many people fly to Victoria Falls just within 2 years or within a year of just changing hands. So there is something wrong there. There is something wrong there. There is something wrong. Saka tikatora ndege tikapa vanhu vari kuZimbabwe, mapostori vanogona kuigura vachigadzira migomo. Ndege inogona kugurwa mazen'e endege kana kuti whatever chinogadzira ndege vanovagura vachigadzira migomo. Umwe munhu achifunga kuti hatibhururukei tiinde naye tinomhara kuamerica. Someone anenge achifunga kuti no, ngatigurei titore mavhiri aya tiagadzise, titore chubhu dzachona tigadzire reken dzokufurisa shiri. Yeah. So if you take something that you have in the house right now, if you take something that you have in the house and give it to your son or to someone young in your house, they could abuse that mobile phone. Give it to a 3-year-old, that new iPhone 12, give it to a 3-year-old. You'll see a 3-year-old playing with it, chucking it down, enjoying the sound, but he doesn't know how much it's worth. That 3-year-old thinks, oh, what a nice toy. But it's you know the value of that iPhone. You're not gonna do that, are you? But that's exactly what's happening in Africa. They are sitting there with very, very expensive gold, with very, very expensive stuff that they don't even understand how to run them. They're using those things for wrongly. They're using them wrongly. So that was my point. Yeah. And that's my point. So just know that we are not poor. I mean, our countries are not poor, but the poor people are poor. Thank you so much.